Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's match between Access Denied and Bad Boys. I'm Leander, your caster for today, VRML Week 5, Season 15. And yeah, today's match is between Access Denied and Bad Boys on this nice Wednesday here. I'm pretty interested to see how this is going to be. Yeah, let's take a look on their stats, shall we? Alright, so as you can see here, Access Denied's most played maps on Season 15 are USS Quest and Subway here, winning 67% out of every USS Quest round and 44% out of every Subway round here. If you take a look on Bad Boys maps, the most played map here is Subway with 47%. And yes, the second map is Snow Peak with 36% there. Let's take a look on the bands, shall we? Access Denied's bands for today are Arctic and Shipyard, both medium or close range combat maps there. And we can see from the stats that Access Denied is focusing more on like the far combat maps there. Yeah, and Bad Boys maps are USS Quest and Tanker, both pretty close range maps there. Yes, that might even tell the first map we have, since the first map of today is one of the most played maps from both of these teams here, because it's Subway. Subway, first map of today. I believe a pretty wise pick here from Bad Boys, who are the home team of today and able to decide the first map. Subway, good idea, because as you can tell from the stats, they've played it quite many times, and yeah, even though Bad Boys also played it, I believe, more times this season, it's still a good map for Access United. They can for sure pull up a good fight. What I forgot to talk about is their match records here. Bad Boys playing 5 matches this season yet, winning only 1 out of them. 20% here. Access Denied with a 25% win rate, winning 1 out of 4 matches yet. Yeah, this might be a pretty important match for them to see where they're going to land and on which rank they deserve to be on, since yeah, the season beginning didn't look quite too good if you only take a look on the stats, but both teams for sure have huge potential here and will put up a good fight. Access Denied plays on place 60 here with that silver star. And Bad Boys, take a look on the European standings, are being placed on place 15 here, also with that silver star. Yep, Access Denied, sorry. They didn't have that many matches yet this season. Some people used to have 8 matches, I believe, or 7. They only have 3 or 4. And we are now almost hitting half of the season here, so it's for sure going to be an interesting match today. Talking about the first map of today, which is going to be Subway, yeah, a long-range map on the Subway itself, but with some close combat situations here and some close combat objectives, as you can see on the first one of today, which is right this one here, placed in the Chinatown, some people used to call it, which is an interesting one for Bad Boys to start on. Access Denied able to push them from the north, from the south, 2 ways to enter from the south here, and it's quite hard to defend. Also not the easiest one to attack though. Access Denied can, for example, have the quick spawn right behind here, and let me just make it a little bit more brighter for you here. They can have the quick spawn and then go for an instant north rush if they want to. Eventually they're going to try it. Not sure about that. We will for sure find out pretty soon. Yeah, that's the first OBJ here. It's, as already mentioned, quite a tricky one. Yep, eventually we will see some C4 plays here from Bad Boys. Not quite sure about that. As the defenders here for the first rounds. And as I can see, the lobby already is full. Every player's in. And I actually don't notice any reservists here. No, I was right. No reservists being used by any teams here. Okay, I was just double checking here. Since yeah, Bad Boys only having 6 players yet, which is for sure I imagine it being hard to schedule some matches there. Because only one player can sit out, you know. Might be hard. We are ready. Enemies seem to be ready. And we will jump into the first round pretty soon here. Let's take this type of a break and give a shout out to all of our sponsors here. Who, without you guys, VRML would not be possible. ProTuber, a new sponsor here, Helgabot, Downpour Interactive, the developers here of Onward, Exclaim and HyperX. Yeah, use the code HXVML23 to get a discount here on the HyperX website on some products. And yeah, the second most important thing for VRML, of course, are you guys, the viewers, the players, the community, joining the streams, supporting the streams and casts, and yeah, eventually chatting with me here in the chat. I'm going to see all of your messages, even though a little bit delayed. Yeah, so now we only have to wait for them to start round number 1. One thing I can eventually add on Bad Boys here is they used to be placed on Diamond, having a Diamond star. Since the season did not work out too well for them, they're now on Silver, but they're for sure able to eventually get us back here today. Not today, but in the following matches. Anyways, we're starting into round 1. With Access Denied having this button spawn here, not the quick spawn I mentioned quite a little bit before. Checking the code here, as you can see, having a 3-2 split. 3 taking the south stairs and the other 2 eventually north. We will see that soon. Let's take a look on Bad Boys' defense here. DeMarco made his way up far to the south here, hiding behind this barrel here, which is quite a good position to see. Simosek having this alley right there, eventually with a C4. No, he's right here. He's checking if attackers are coming from our downstairs here or listening for audio. And as you can see, Rossi and Mighty Mike are actually taking the downstairs position there, and they're going to go upstairs right here, go out of this room, and eventually Simosek is able to do something here. Eventually it's unexpected, and Bad Boys and Access Denied is not actually expecting that. Sorry for this short brain lag here. Access Denied now not going for this alley here, and instead taking the left way, which might be a bad idea, might be a good idea here, because Marcos plays here, and I actually see no C4 plays at all. Some teams like to place a C4, for example, behind this sign here, and then have the C4 guy hiding here, listening for audio, and then letting it explode as soon as Marsox are trying to walk down here. Let's take a look on Rossi's POV here, since they are slowly and quietly making their way up these stairs here, and yeah, 1 or 2 more minutes and they will have a contact here with Simosek, who was actually making some step noises. I don't know, quite sure if you have been able to hear that. And I have to excuse, the game audio was a little bit too loud here. I hope it wasn't too bad. It's fixed. Let me go upstairs here, and the rest of the Access Denied team seems to be pretty chilled here, making their way up to this alley here. Pretty slow. And eventually Simosek is able to kill both of the attackers here. Toast or Chivas is going to be able to refract this. Yes. 3 minutes left on the time, or half of the time we have in total, which are 6 minutes. Which is alright, because Rossi and Mighty Mark are now pretty close to Simosek here. And even though Access Denied had a 3-2 split, they are now meeting each other here in this alley again, which I like actually to see, which is a good idea here. Let's take a look on Simosek's POV here and deactivate all of the layouts, so we also don't know what's exactly going to happen. And he's getting killed by Mighty Mike here. What a timing! Simosek was just peeking the right side and then getting killed. Frag going ahead. And now Access Denied is actually making some movement here. Elipa is able to get Chivas here. Nice kill. And now Access Denied is staying a little bit back here. And it's a 4 against 4. Filippo C4ing Toast here with the C4 plays right there. Good C4, and now Filippo and Mighty Mike trading. It's a 2.5 against 3. Eventually they will go for that res. Oh, what a nice frag by Rossi here, taking out Eli. And the res goes ahead, right? Rossi, are you going to res Toast here? Yep, yes. Alright. 3 against 2 in favor for Access Denied here, actually. What a nice turn of events. Smoke goes ahead on the OBJ. And Eddie. And DeMarco just securing that OBJ. Yeah, the frag not landing quite where it was supposed to be, I believe, here. Marco getting Grimness, but his frag is actually downing Marco again. Take a look on that, and then Rossi is able to get Eddie here on his way to res. I believe it was Marco. First round and first point for Access Denied. Alright, that was a nice attack here from Access Denied. As I mentioned, they have been splitting, having a 3-2 split, and then meeting again in this one alley here, and able to just kill all of the Bad Boys defenders there. That was quite a nice one. Yeah, Bad Boys not actually ready for that, even though it came to a close 2 against 3 in the end there. And Access Denied just took it, taking the first round. And now Access Denied is on the defense side. Eventually able to get the second point. Eventually Bad Boys is able to get the first point, making it a 1-1. We see for sure the type of gameplay they're going to do and going to have now depends on the spawn. Whether they get the quick spawn on the or the spawn right on the bottom on the subway station, which is for sure going to slow down the gameplay of them. If they have the quick spawn, they're just going to have a rush, I believe, I would guess, here today. I see every team already is, both teams are ready, and we will for sure start into round 2 pretty soon here. Let's go. Checking out Bad Boys, having the north subway spawn here. Let's see what they're going to do. They have 3-2 split here. 3 going for the north, 2 going for the south, 1 downstairs. And let's take a look on Access Denied here, having Toast, who's rushing the north, but then actually rotating back with this nice smoke there. Now, okay, it's getting quite interesting here. Eta pre-firing here now. Toast also pre-firing, not getting him though. And they now are aware of his position, and is he able to kill him? Yes, Eli getting Toast. What a nice pre-fire, making this a 5 against 4 in favor of 4. Bad boys. Bad boys now here on the north. What's Gymnast doing? Getting pre-fired by Eli here. What a nice pre-fire. Wow. Take a look on that replay. Rossi downing Eli though. Nice frag there. Rossi confirming Eli, but Marco was able to kill Rossi. Now Chiva. Oh, Eddie was going for the cap here and almost got it here. Mighty Mike left on OBJ, and Simosek killed Mighty Mike here, making his way to the south and then just coming from behind. What a nice attack from Bad Boys, just overrunning, and then DeMarco killing Chivas. First point for Bad Boys. What a nice attack here from Bad Boys. Give me 1 second. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sorry I took a drink real quick. Bad Boys here having this nice attack here, going for the north and then having, I believe it was, who was it? Was it Simosek? Yeah, coming from behind, coming from the south, and then unexpected killing some of the defenders here who have been not expecting them to push, because all of them expected to take all of them expected Bad Boys to take the north, which was not the case. Nice attack here from Bad Boys, and now we have a second OBJ, which is quite an interesting one. I see. Let's take a look on that. The second OBJ for today is placed right here. It's in north and stairs OBJ, and in my opinion it's a really dangerous one, because as soon as the Marsok players are able to make it inside of here on the south, throw smoke, they can go for a cap, you know. And as soon as enemies are able to make it down here, smoke, they can go for a cap. But to make it down here, it's pretty hard and almost impossible if they have a good defense. So I'm curious to see how Access Denied is deciding to do it now in round 3.
Are you going to start with Stannis and Rossi? No? Yeah. So I go over past then? Okay.
Rossi going downstairs here, taking the south, together with Chivas and None. The rest of them are actually taking these north stairs here, and we have Eddie, the defender, also pushing them, eventually throwing the frag here. Yes. No, it's a smoke. Frag would have killed all of them. This getting Toast and Grimness here. Grimness. Take a look on that replay here. And C4. No wait, what was that? A C4 throw on Mighty Mike. Eddie killing 3 of the Axis Unite North attackers here. What an unbelievable good job by Eddie there. And now it's only up on Rossi and Chivas. And Ita's actually confirming Mighty Mike now, was able to give the call out. And also 2 against 5 in favor for Bad Boys, which is hard for Axis Unite to manage now. So what are they going to decide to do? Going to stay there? Rossi is having this close frag there, and which is not connecting at all. Yeah, Bad Boys not knowing where they're at, you know, it's hard for Axis Unite to do something. And now Ross is making his way up right here. Ailey almost seeing him, but not seeing him at all. Let's take a look. He's getting killed from behind. Ooh. Oh, second point for Bad Boys. So what was the mistake there? I believe it was Axis Denied just not watching the left. Just crossing there next to each other, and eventually they thought that the frag cleared it out, which it did not. The frag didn't clear anything at all. And yeah, I guess that was the reason why they have died here now. The north push from Mighty Mike, was it? No. The north push from oh, I don't know. It was Ailey, I believe. That was powerful. They're killing 3 of the Axis Denied attackers there, which for sure used a lot of damage here on the attack. Yeah, but Axis Denied didn't do a mistake there, you know. Sometimes it's just the 1-to-1 combat. Even though it's a 3 against 1. Yeah, the frag there was quite awesome, and these 2 early pickoffs, eventually some luck and timing and stuff for Bad Boys defending. But actually, Bad Boys did a good job. They have used all of the meta spots, which are good. I'm a fan of these spots. Bad Boys just playing it safe here, not doing anything too risky with this OBJ, especially. You can't do anything too risky, in my opinion. And Axis Denied just not being ready for the north push from the 1 defender. Round number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have Axis Denied on the defense and Bad Boys attacking here. Bad Boys just being silent. Meanwhile, Axis Denied was still eventually... Ooh! Mighty Mike, I believe it was, throwing the C4 right here. Securing the south. Normally we see a C4 placed on the north stairs, but this time we don't. And we have Mighty Mike and Grimnest placed right here in the back. Rossi actually not taking the right side here. Okay, this is getting quite dangerous. I've never seen a defense like that. None of the Axis Denied players are pushing the north stairs. And none of the Access Denied players are taking one of those positions here, which might be a good idea because you can get fragged off pretty simply there. Rossi getting Simosec on the south. Good positioning by Rossi. And now we have Ali, Eddie and Marco on the north stairs. And Filippo taking the south here. Going down the right split. Exit. Making this a 5 against 4 in favor for Access Denied. Looking good now. It seems to be a really close match yet. Yeah, Bad Boys now here on the attack. Staying low. Looking for an Access Denied player rushing this here. But there is just no Access Denied player rushing the north stairs. Which eventually is the bad idea for this case. I was getting quite distracted by this brick here. Filippo stay right here. Good position here. But he can't just see anything. He can't see any defenders. And there normally don't are any defenders. The problem of his position though is Toast actually having a better eye on these stairs here to see him. At first Filippo for sure might have a problem with seeing Toast in this corner. In fact he just can't. Yeah, good position here by Toast. We all know this position. In the meantime, let's take a look on the north where Bad Boys are making their way up further and further by time. And yes, what do they have? Do they use smokes? 2 smokes here. 3 smokes here because he's using the smoke launcher. Another 2 smokes. Alright, so we can expect many smokes going to fly down here now, as you can see. Totally blocking off the view now. But not that well, to be honest. Elipass going for the cap. Oh, the C4 getting him. Where was that placed? Grim is getting Marco. I was worried for a second. But now Eddie is doing it. Rossi downing Eddie. Oh my god. The timing here, guys, the timing. And Toast seeing Filippo here getting the call out.
Sorry.
Filippo rotating, which might be the best idea here. Still 1.5 minutes left on the time. And yeah, it's a 1 against 5. Wow, what can I say? It was an awesome defense here from Access Denied. With that C4. 2 times Bad Boys was on their way to cap this. Pretty sure it was close, but yeah, in the end, Access Denied was having a good timing here and killing Bad Boys just in the latest moment to not lose this map. With this nice C4 play here. Alright, now Filippo's taking the north. Good rotation here and fast rotation because the enemies aren't watching it. Never mind. Access Denied not getting distracted, still watching the north here. Alright. 20 seconds left. And Mighty Mac is getting Filippo Second point for the home team of today. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are making this a 2-2 now. A cap could decide everything. Eventually, Access Denied is able to pull off a cap on this new OBJ. But let's just take a look on... No, let's just rethink this past round here, I believe. Access Denied was doing a good job here. I was quite surprised about their positioning here on the Volk side. But Access Denied was able to pull it off. I mean, Bad Boys was on their way to cap it 2 times and it was pretty close, but the timing was on Access Denied side here. And Bad Boys just not expecting the C4 as I did, you know. I was not actually thinking about the C4 here, and I haven't seen this, I haven't seen this quite often. It's a good C4 play right here. Yep, so now we have a new OBJ. I'm going to show you as soon as round number 5 is going to start. Bad Boys on the defense side now. Scores are 2-2 and it seems like it's going to be a pretty close match here. Yes. Can see you all in the chat. Thank you very much for hanging out with me here. By the way, a little bit of an update here for some of you who have been there in the last cast. My voice was totally gone. It's a little bit better now. I still can't speak as I normally do, but it's better, you know. Let's go. Round number 5 is Bad Boys on the defense here on this OBJ. I feel like we are really lucky today because from all of the OBJs we have been playing on all of my favorite OBJs here, and this one is my favorite one to defend. It's a nice C4 here by Filippo. I see Access Denied having good C4 plays here, and Bad Boys, sorry, having good C4 plays here, and Access Denied having the quick spawn here. Grimness getting Eli on his way to push it. Mighty Mike getting Simosec. Oh, why is Bad Boys doing this here? Bad Boys dying in not the best ways in my opinion. They just rushed it, which is a mistake here on this OBJ. You can't just run into the open there. Frag. Frog, what's that? A mix between a smoke and flash? Smoke? Oh no, now I'm confused. Let's just forget about what I said. Mighty Mike making his way up to right here. Can we see a C4? No. Rossi on this. Ooh. Meanwhile, Access Denied is distracting. On the north, we have Rossi going down the south here, taking the south stairs. Actually, Filippo's C4 was able to kill one of the players here on Access Denied side. Toast killing Marco and Rossi being flashed. And Ready getting Rossi here. Nice kill, take a look on the replay. It's a 3 against 2 and only Filippo left on OBJ. Eddie's rotating back though because he checked his tablet, I believe. Smoke going ahead on the OBJ. Flash being thrown by Mighty Mike, getting Eddie here. What a nice reaction. Only Filippo left. Who's not checking the... Oh no, Filippo getting toast. Filippo getting Mighty Mike. It's a 1 against 1. Wow. 2 awesome kills here from Filippo. Having 5 in total here. But on Access Denied side we have Mighty Mac and Rossi both sharing 6 kills. Chivas here the last man alive on Access Denied side. For sure feeling that pressure here. What do you think? Who will take this? Filippo is watching Chivas' position here, but Chivas pre-firing, not... Oh! Telling his position here. I mean, he still has 3 minutes left, you know. He can still rotate, he can still do everything he wants. Is it the best idea to continue going this way? Filippo now. Seeing Chivas soon. Now he's in crossfire. Ooh. Interesting here, and Chivas is actually getting Filippo here. Wow, wow, wow. What of an awesome round that was here. Eventually it would have been looking different if Bad Boys was not having these two defenders just rushing it and then dying, because there was kind of a death trap here. And a mistake. In my opinion, you should not do that, but yeah, I mean, Bad Boys did a good job here. Having a good defense, and even though they have lost 2 Volt players in the early match, they still put up a good fight, making it a 1v1. I mean, it was a 1v3. I believe it was Eddie, was it, right? Making it a 1 against 1. And then sadly losing it. Now we have Access Unite on the defense, and Access Unite having 3 points, which means Access Unite can take map number 1 home if they win this round. And if not, we'll be going for another deciding round here for map number 1. I'm curious to see what Access Unite will do, if how they will play. Will they play aggressive or defensive? We will see, because we're starting into round number 6. With Bad Boys having this quick north spawn as Access Unite was having, what are they going to do? Checking the code now, as I can see. All 5 of them taking the north, none of them rotating or taking the south here. Which is okay, yeah. Toast also now playing aggressive here. Just not getting killed. I have to roll it back. Access Denied not checking this. Only Grimness plays right there. Pre-firing the split entrance. Simon's like pre-firing Grimness position here. Mighty Mike C4 on Eddie. And Grimness taking down Eddie, but Simosek was able to get a trade, and Marco getting toast here. Marco, what is he doing? Watching the dead body. No, looting it actually. Getting a syringe there. Smoke going ahead. Not quite landing where it was supposed to be, I believe. Nice frag here from Rossi, downing Eli. And nice smoke. Nice flash. But the rest goes ahead. Eli's back. And everything is smoked off. Rossi now here in this position here, being actually flashed now, as we have been able to hear and see. Rossi getting down by Marco. No, Rossi downed Marco, never mind. Simon's like getting Chivas here, Rossi shooting Chivas, not connecting. 2 against 3 in favor for Bad Boys. Rossi getting Simosek, Filippo getting Rossi though, trading him. It's a 2v1. Only one Access denied defender still alive. Killing Eli. And then killing Filippo. Mighty Mike doing this. And taking round number 4 for Access denied. What an unbelievable good defense here from Access Denied. Having these many great C4 and frag grenade plays here. And even though the vision was totally blocked here on the little alley from smokes, they've been still able to kill all of the Bad Boys attackers here. Bad Boys, yeah, what can we say about Bad Boys attack? I feel like eventually was a little bit weak. But Bad Boys also not doing any mistakes at all. It's a close match today. Every round has been a 1 against 2 or 1 against the deciding round here. It's, as you can see, pretty close. Anyways, Subway is over now. Access denied taking far range map. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. In the live chat, not comments, live chat. Yeah, and as you can see in the right window here, a little replay of all of the nice highlights. Access Denied and Bad Boys was having pretty nice kills here, we have been able to see. Well, everything is still open. Bad Boys can still take map number 2 and 3 and will win the match this way. Or Access United is taking the second map now and winning the match this way. So yeah, it's getting interesting here for us today. Or eventually Bad Boys winning map number 2 and then making it a map 3 deciding round, which would be even more interesting, and I love to see that, to be honest. No matter what, every round is important for MMR points, for example. If you don't have enough MMR will decide basically everything. Your rank, your position on the scoreboard, the enemies you get. So MMR is the goal you have. As more MMR, as better it is for you. For those of you who are not familiar with the ranking system here in VRML League. VRML. Alright, do we see a next map yet? No news, no news. Well, I'm going to stick to my opinion with a snow peak eventually. Would go for a shipyard, but shipyard is banned from Access Denied side. Quite a wise decision here. And I'm waiting for them now. To see where this is going to take us. So what do you guys think about the match so far? I believe it was a... Yeah, as already mentioned, many close rounds. Access Denied. Strong points here for sure. The C4 plays. I love to see many nice C4 plays here. I can't forget about the one on the North OBJ. And actually I was wrong. Map number 2 of today will be, ladies and gentlemen, Bazaar. Alright, Bazaar, Bad Boys pick of today. having long combat situations, for example the cross of the street, also having close combat situations, for example the bazaar itself, the market. Just give me 2 seconds here, because the I need to restart the game. And if you take a look, Bazaar actually only played 7 times from Access Denied yet, winning almost half of them, even a little bit more. Bad Boys have been playing Bazaar 12 times and also winning almost 60% out of them. They have 1% more of the win rate than Access Denied on Bazaar. I'm interested to see how this is going to be now. And we will for sure jump into round 1 for the next minute here. I would suggest you to grab yourself something to drink here, since it's going to be a really intense map number 2 here. For sure it will be. Since Bad Boys is having the pressure now to win map number 2, otherwise they will lose the match. Alright, let's analyze the first OBJ for today, shall we? Let's jump into the game here. First OBJ of today being placed right here. It's a hard one to defend in my opinion for Access Denied, because as soon as the Marshawks are able to cross the street of make it inside of here, they can cap. And this is hard to defend. Normally defending teams have 1 or 2 of even 3 work players played somewhere here to just protect enemies, to get control of here and then take the flank, smoke it off and go inside of here, or even here and cap. So it's going to be quite tricky one. Yeah, and as already mentioned, Access Denied starting on the defense now. Yeah, as I mentioned, it's hard for... No, I actually did not mention that. As soon as the Marshawk are able to cross the street, of course it's dangerous for the defenders. But to do that, it's hard. There for sure be 2 or 3 defenders watching you, so you have to be careful crossing. And starting into round number 1, Bad Boys being spawned right here, and what will they do? 4 of them going to continue walking down the street here, only Eddie splitting off. Eventually they have a work player, Toast, eventually taking a look on the cross now, on the street. No. Yeah, sometimes you see Volks going and taking the cross, hiding right here, to just protect your team a little bit more from this direction here. And if they would have been able to make it, it would be quite powerful, because Mark was actually taking this position here. But take a look on Rossi's position here. It was pretty close to Eli right now. Sorry for not activating the lasers yet. Eddie and she was having the firefight here all the way on the other side. Right, this is for sure going to be interesting here, but a smoke being thrown by Simosek. Not really working out that well though. Marco on the second story here. Trying to get an overview. Not getting it at all. Not seeing any defenders. Eventually we see Rossi if he's going to peek. I don't think so. Rossi here detonating that C4 and peeking it. And Marco's killing him. Nice kill here. Mighty Mike. Will he see Simosek? And the timing on the exact moment. Yeah, Simosek was peeking for a second and now getting killed by Mighty Mike here. 4 against 4. Detonating that C4 place right here. And Kima downing Toast with a frag here and Marco team killing Eli. Unlucky. 3 against 3 now. Was a 3 against 4 but a team kill. Destroying it. But it happens. Eddie now. Going on top of these stairs. Seeing Chivas. Oh, not confirming him. And getting killed by Mighty Mike.
Oh shit.
We can go for the res. And we can see both a little bit of panicking around now, even though it's 2 down players for Access Denied here. Take a look at Marco. He's getting killed by... Wow! He was on his way to pre-fire Toast. Confirming. Now we have 3 defenders here again. Eventually 4 soon. Kima getting Toast and Chivas, but Grimness able to get and kill. Kima though taking the first point for Access Denied here. What a nice defense here from Access Denied. Yeah, as you have been able to see, there have been 2 pretty good C4s taking the mini bazaar there. Would have been eventually they could have been having a huge impact on the gameplay, but they sadly did not kill anyone here, but I like them. Bad Boys here, sadly, eventually the team kill was costing them a little bit of the match, of the round, sorry. And yeah, I guess no huge mistakes here. I mean, there have been some plays from Access Denied that was not really liking. For example, the one time the Volk was just crossing the road without even watching for any attackers, and this way he died. I guess it was Eddie, was it? It was Eddie, I believe. Oh, Eddie's playing for Bad Boys. Yeah, then I don't know actually. Anyways, he's starting into round 2 now with the Bad Boys defending here. Round number 2 of today. Access Denied, also spawning right here. Splitting. 4 taking this direction and only Rossi going for the cross here. And none of the defenders checking it. Yeah, sometimes you see defenders crossing the roads, but this time you actually do not in both teams here. Rossi has crossed and Eddie was not able to see him here. And Rossi can end up quite dangerous. Meanwhile, Kima's killing Grimness here. What a nice position here by Kima. Or Kaima. Going upstairs, you know. And getting killed by Toast, making this a 4 against 4 again. Rossi playing this quite dangerously being here now. I like that, good position here. He was able to flank around without any problems, without any Volks, at least watching it. Eddie killing Chivas here all the way on the other side. Was peeking it off. We see Marco. Anyways, Mighty Mike trading it, killing Dida. Eddie making it a 3v3, making it a 3v2 because the Marco just killed Rossi here. All the way on the flank. Phantom, Bad Boys actually defending this quite good. I'm sorry. I'm getting quite confused with the names sometimes. I don't know why I'm calling Bad Boys Phantoms, but it happens. I'm sorry. It's Bad Boys. Eli now. Yeah, flanking Mighty Mike, who was flanking Bad Boys. Mighty Mike is able to make it all the way down here now, and can be dangerous if he's killing Marco. Marco was actually able to hear him though, I believe, and watching it. Mighty killing Eli. Is he watching Marco's position? No, they're trading actually. But Marco only downed. It's one defender left, and eventually we'll go for the rest. But if he does, then he has to let the OBJ in the open, which he's actually doing. Wow, Toast could have been capping now, and Simonsek wouldn't even be watching OBJ. Let's just analyze that. Toast, if he was doing it fast, he could have just went inside of it and cap. Of course, Toast is not aware of Bad Boys, just not watching the OBJ here for this second, but quite risky. Anyways, Bad Boys are back to 2 alive players now, and Access Denied only having 1, which is Toast, who is having 1 kill yet. And he still has 2 minutes left on the time. Eventually was a mistake of Access Denied, playing all together with 4 men and only having Rossi to take the flank. Because if Rossi dies and there was another one flanking, he would eventually try to go for the retrading, and then Toast is now throwing the smoke, telling enemies his position. Only 1 minute 40 seconds left on the time. Killing Simonsek. Marco, the last one alive, 1.5 minutes. Oh, Toast doing a good job here with a nice kill on Samo. Simonsek, sorry. And Toast killing Marco, making this the 2nd point for Access Denied, winning a 1 against 2. Access Denied taking round number 2, having 2 points now, and Bad Boys having 0 points yet. What was the mistake? It was a 1 against 2 here in favor for Bad Boys, in fact, but Bad Boys was just not yes, they've been panicking. They have been not getting in position, calming, just watching OBJ. They haven't been aware of the kill count eventually, I believe, have been worried to get a flank or stuff like that. That's why they got flanked. That's why they got killed in a 1 against 2, which is nice for Access Denied here, bad for Bad Boys. I believe what the last defender for Bad Boys should have been doing better would be just taking a position and not running around, because he was able to hear where Toast was at and where Toast was shooting from, and he still was showing Toast his back, just not watching it. Risky, But still a nice try, and now we start into round number 3. Access denied defending this now, and Bad Boys having the quick spawn of this OBJ, which we haven't talked about yet. It's this run here, and what some teams like to do is, if they have the quick spawn, just rush it. Just go through the bazaar and overplay them and smoke it off, and eventually go for a cappy. It's something which is unexpected and not quite often seen, which makes it even more powerful. Marco shooting. I know who was shooting. Rossi eventually. Frag being thrown. Nice frag, not getting him. Mighty Mike and Eddie. No, next to each other, and Eli is now going to help Eddie out. Mighty Mike is going to peek at here. The smoke, I don't know. It's preventing Mighty Mike to just go and rush down. At least. And now they're going just past him and going for the cap. Bad Boys taking the cap here. Wow. Take a look on that. I'm sorry for this little misclick, but I was quite in shock because as I just called it, Bad Boys is actually going for the cap, smoking it off and just going past Mighty Mike. They just ignored him. They knew he was upstairs and he couldn't be dangerous for them, and then just they smoked it off and went for a cap. Access Denied's players would have been able to pre-fire that, but just did not realize it because it happened too fast, and Bad Boys having 2 points now, and they are actually back in the game. And Access Denied now attacking on this one. A cap could decide everything, but wow, what a nice comeback here from Bad Boys. Scores are 2-2 now. Everything is open here on Bazaar. Ladies and gentlemen, Bad Boys eventually taking this map and then making the match winnable for them. And we're starting into round number 4.
Big spawn. No? No, no. No. Oh. No, actually, I got the blue room.
Access Denied not having the quick spawn here, which eventually was their hope.
Yeah, I take mine. Yeah. I take my practice on it now.
Oh, just now seeing it that Rossi is dropping his gun 80% of the time on Bazaar. The chat, going to take a look on it, yeah. Alright, what is Access Denied now going to do after this hard cap from Bad Boys here? For sure, putting up a good fight here. Okay, so what can we see? We can see Rossi and Mighty Mike and, I don't know, Grimnest here. Take this position. Kima seeing Toast and giving a call out on him. She was just pre-firing the stairs here, and let's analyze the defense plays from Bad Boys here. Rossi killing Eddie here. Sadly not able to kill to get in action here, but Eddie was playing this quite dangerous. Just going out of here. Yeah, it's dangerous. Rossi in the blue room here, which is quite a good position. And let's then not forget about Mighty Mike and Grimnest who are making their way up behind. I can't select their name. No, I can. Only Kima is a dangerous man for them now. Watching it a little bit, not really main focusing on it. He's for sure not even able to hear them. And the OBJ is is open. Eventually a little bit too open for my taste. Because Mighty Mike would have just been able to entry here. Yeah, no, let's take a look on that. Mighty Mike would have just been able to cross the road here. None of the Volk players are watching it, and then walk here to the cap. Yeah, now rotating back to the OBJ, so it's not that easy anymore. 4 against 4. Early pre-firing, or not even pre-firing, actually seeing the attackers being right there. Mighty Mike killing Kima here with a nice pre-fire here. Take a look on the replay. And now Mighty Mike smoking the objective, and the objectives are free. Is access denied? Go back for the... Oh, Simon's getting Rossi. They could have been going for the revenge cap here eventually. Sadly for them, Chivas and Toast are just not up far enough to do anything, and Bad Boy is actually doing a good job here on sticking close to the BJ and just securing it, avoiding a cap here from Access Denied side to take this round. Three minutes left on the time, only half of the time is gone yet. Yeah, Access Denied doing it slow now, which is a good idea because they have 3 minutes left now, 2.5, and do they have night visions on? No. Okay. It's quite bright. Bizarre, yeah, the change in lightning is really bright, but it's not bad, I like it. Now Marco is going to have an encounter with Chivas soon if he's going to continue going this way he is at the moment. Then it's a 2v2. An important round in my opinion. Really important one. If Access Denied would be winning this one, they have Volk on the next one, and we all know Volk sometimes is a little bit more shit. Eventually they will have a good position for Volk, and Marco being flashed here, pre-firing, not killing him. Chivas pre-firing Marco here. Having to reload. What is Chivas doing? No! Oh no. No. Bad Boys taking round 3. Oh. What was that? Was Chivas having a tracking issue here? I don't know what happened, but he tapped out of the game. And eventually that cost him here round number 4 and round number 5, sorry. No, round number 4, that was a cap. And deciding this for the 3rd point for Bad Boys here. Unlucky here, unlucky timing. But all 5 players are still into the round, so nothing too bad happened here, I believe. And we have a new OBJ. Access Denied defending this now. Bad Boys attacking this. Let's take a look. It's this one. And if Bad Boys is having the quick spawn right there, eventually they can try to overrun Access Denied and take the last point. If Access Denied isn't sorting themselves and getting positions fast enough. But if they are, then it's going to be a good fight. We're starting into round number 5. Check out where Bad Boys spawning, actually having the quick spawn here. Are they going to use it? What are they going to do? How is Access Denied going to defenses here? I don't know. Let's take a look on their KD real quick. Mighty Mike having 5 kills, Simon Sek 3, Marco 4. Only Eli having 0 kills, which doesn't mean at all. I guess all of the experienced Onward players here know that kills aren't everything here. It's more about just kills. Rossi crossing into the scaffolding and getting killed by the Marco here, which is good. If you have the quick spawn, go to the road, check for the cross, because as soon as Volk are able to cross it, they're getting quite dangerous for you on the attacker side there. If they're able to flank you around from here. Now Eddie and Eli already in blue room next to Mighty Mike already almost. C4 not connecting anything. Another great C4 here by Access Denied. Eventually Access Denied needs to work a little bit on the C4 control to just wait a few seconds longer, because none of these C4 plays have been working out yet, the most of them. Eventually you have to just take a little bit more time to let it explode. Be sure that the enemies really are next to you on the OJ. And Bad Boys is now way too close. They've made it way too far. Eli. Oh my god, the timing. Killing Mighty Mike. Smoke goes ahead. This Bad Boy is going to take the cab, making it a 5-2. I don't know. You see. Grimness still has an eye on the OJ though. But Eli, with his tablet out, getting killed by Toast. Wow. Another great timing here. OJ is free. Only one defender left and he's getting killed by Kima, making this point number 4 for Bad Boys. Alright, so yeah, let's just analyze this round real quick. What caused Access Denied this round? I believe it was Rossi just dying on his way to cross over to the scaffolding. Because he was not able to make it there alive, nobody was actually securing the site. There was a C4 which could have do a lot of damage and stop Bad Boys' aggressive play here, but it did not. The C4 got exploded a little bit too early, and yeah, that just made Bad Boys able to just run into Access Denied's defense here and almost getting capped. Toast was again luckily able to pre-fire the smoke and then getting exactly the capper here. It's quite, is it luck? I don't know. It's happened like 3 times now. It's awesome. Well, the good thing for us now is that nothing is set yet. Bad Boys can still win this. Access Denied can still win this. For those of you who don't know how the game works or how a league match format is, it's a best of 3 series, which means we play 3 maps and the team taking 2 out of these 3 maps is taking the match home. And now we have actually 1-1. Access Denied winning on Subway with 4 points and Bad Boys 2, and Bad Boys winning on Bazaar with 4 points and Access Denied 2, which means we're actually having balanced scores here yet. Let's take a look on the next map, and well, what can I say? It's Downfall. Let's take a look in the matchup on my stats one last time, you know. Downfall is not showing there. It's not one of their most played maps here out of these 5 and 4 matches they have had. So I honestly don't have an idea what to expect here. What do you think? And what do you think about Downfall? In my opinion, Downfall, it's a great map. It's a long combat map. It's a tactical map. It's Cargo, for example. Let's just compare it a little bit. Cargo, for example, is a map where it's more about reaction time, more about the quick aim. But Downfall is, I guess, you need a deeper feeling for Downfall than you need on Cargo or Tanker, for example. You need a deeper feeling for the map. You need awesome communication here. It's harder to master than some other maps are, and that's the reason why many teams dislike the map eventually, I would say. But also many teams loving this map, and in my opinion, it's a good one. You for sure need to be aware of all the callouts, and you need to communicate really well with your team, and not just run through the middle. You know, you can't do that. Taking a look on the first OBJ, Bad Boys is defending this time. It's this one here. For those of you who not knowing, Access Denied might eventually get a quick spawn here, all the way right here. And then they can take, or at least try to take the main hotel, and then they're close to the OBJ. So, in my opinion, I love this OBJ because it's always interesting. It's always interesting to see, do the attackers have the quick spawn here or not, and how this will go and work out for them. And as you can see here, as mentioned, Downfall is definitely not a map to just run through the middle, because it's open, you know. You only have these buildings where you can go inside and take cover, but outside of these, it's dangerous. And now Access United having to start on the attacker side now. This is their map decision here. Access United have been picking Downfall here. For those of you not understanding, Bazaar was the pick of Bad Boys and Subway the pick of Access United, since they're the home team for today's match. And which could lead us to thinking that Downfall is a more experienced map here. They preferred map, but Bad Boys didn't ban Downfall, so honestly, I don't know what to expect at all, and it's interesting. And the best timing for us, we're starting into round 1, and we're not having the quick spawn here. In fact, we have the twin building spawn, which is also quite close to the OBJ. Access Denied for sure. Have to make it inside of these buildings here and get an overview here. And Bad Boys eventually trying to get on inside of the valley here, being unexpected, but then not doing that. What are they actually having? Simosec, Bad Boys defense here. Eddie going through the middle, taking the heli tent eventually. Simosec the main hotel, 2 of them inside of the OBJ building, and Ali in this little church, I like to call it. And Eddie now has made his way inside of this bungalow here, and it's a good position. It's a dangerous position here for the Access Denied. And Access Denied is actually having no one inside of the twin here, inside of the far and back twin building, and she was getting Eddie here, peeking in through the door eventually, or the window, which is destroying the advantage Bad Boys have been having here with a player that far away out, and for sure able to make damage here on the attackers. In the meantime, Rossi is on his way, was making his way through the valley, and Bad Boys not having a defender in the white house here, or sniper house. Dangerous. Rossi now eventually able to kill Eli if he sees him, and then the OBJs. The OBJ building is free. No one is actually watching it except from Marco. If he could get killed, then Rossi can go downstairs here and cap from inside of here For those of you who are not familiar with that, you can also cap from inside of here. Some people just like to forget about that, which is of course not the best thing to do. Toast just pre-firing, but Ailey seeing Rossi here. Bad was giving the call out. I don't know what Grimness was. Grimmist. Oh, I have it. I don't know what Grimmist was shooting here. It's his own teammate. it's Chivas. Toast also just pre-firing everything he can, which is okay. It's nice. Same with exit in the main hotel. And 3 minutes are left on the time. Kima now. Getting shot by Mighty Mike. Giving the callouts.
Yeah, the one at uplink is desperate to smoke.
Wow, it's quite a mix out of pre-fire here. It's almost only pre-fire and a nice frag goes out here, not getting anyone. Simosek could have been seeing Chivas now pretty soon. Chivas getting Eli and Simosek getting Chivas here. Take a look on the replay. Nice kill. It's a 3 against 4 in favor for Access Denied here. Simosek also getting Mighty Mike here. Kima getting Grimmest. And this fast we have seeing a change here. It was a 4 against 3 and now it's a 2 against 3. And wanna know something? Rossi is able to get Marco. No, Marco getting Rossi. That would have been so important if Rossi would have been able to get Marco here. Sadly he's not. And Kima was doing a good job rotating around, securing it. Now it's only up on Toast here. Sorry. Seeing Kima here. Not quite hitting shots though. Kima shooting Toast, making this the first point for Bad Boys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was a nice pick off by Kima here. Actually, Kima having 2 kills here and sharing them with Simosek and Marco 1 kill. And the only one getting kills from Access Denied side here was Chivas. It looked pretty good for Access Denied in the beginning, but then they've been just taking the middle, not really checking the main hotel, which was a mistake for them, I believe. They have pre-fired the main hotel. I have to be fair, they have pre-fired every possible position there, but and there nothing killed Simosek inside of there. And for those of you who are not familiar with Downfall that good, main hotel. The main hotel is, in my opinion, one of the key points of Downfall, especially on OBJs like these ones. If you are able to manage to make it inside of the main hotel, you have an overview about the whole map, and you can use it as your advantage for sure, and it's powerful. It's powerful. Now we have Access Denied defending this. And we're starting into round number 2. Let's see, is Bad Boys having the quick spawn? Nope. Bad Boys is instead having the same spawn as Access Denied was having. Let's take a look on how Access United is going to defend this one. Chivas taking the church, I believe. Mighty Mike and... no, Toast going for the main hotel. Rossi going for his building right next to the OBJ, and Grimmist and Mighty Mike on the OBJ building. Mighty Mike placed inside of here. Good idea. Good one. And Grimmist placed down here, just securing them from entering this building from behind, getting the cap without even the defenders seeing that. And now we can see Bad Boys already having their eyes full man on the main hotel here. Meanwhile, we have 3 Bad Boys attackers in one building here, in the upper red building, as it's called, on the second story here. Second story window. The first story window here. We have Marco going for the long way, making his way up to the tower here and eventually going through the valley, which is something most teams do because they're still trying to make it inside of the building from the back entrance here, which actually nobody's watching anymore because no, Grimace is watching. Never mind. Okay, the Marco is on top of this building, is in the tower now. Having an eye on Toast now and already saw him here, I believe, eventually. Did he saw him? I don't know. I don't know. No, he did not.
No.
Saying no. Eventually, Bad Boys asked him if there was somebody in the main hotel, which could be assumed, right? And as you can see here, Bad Boys is
Uno si entra all'hotel alla porta che dà sul terrazzo.
yeah, Bad Boys seeing Toast inside of the main hotel now, and other than Access Denied, Bad Boys is now having the same spawn, but aiming a little bit more for the middle and for the main hotel. As you can see, it's Kima taking out Toast in the main hotel, and Ali and Eddie eventually going for the main hotel now, taking the rooftop and just getting an overview. You know, they can do that for sure. Still more than half of the time left. Sorry for this camera here messed up. Smoke going ahead. Oh, what a nice smoke here. Take a look on that. Eddie was throwing the smoke from over here all the way down there. Rossi though, eventually seeing Eddie here pretty soon, but Chivas is shooting Marco there. Oops. Eddie pinning down Rossi. Giving the call out, which is nice. Eddie downing Rossi here. Ali downing, no, killing Mighty Mike. The OBJ is free for a cap. Grimness has to be rotating now. Is Grimmist doing that? No. Bad Boy is taking the cap. No, what? I'm sorry, not a cap. Not a cap, guys. No, not a cap. Just taking the round there. Rossi was downed. Not. That's why. Alright, what was that? Bad Boys could have been going for the cap. It was a lack of communication, I believe. A lack of giving the kill counts, and Bad Boys was just not realizing that the OBJ would have eventually be capable. Yes. The last defender was making good way, making good job realizing he's the last one alive and then just going for the OBJ, which you definitely have to do. If you're the last man alive, you need to rotate back. And just avoid them from capping, which is hard on this OBJ, which we've just had. Anyways, I have a new one. Scores are 2-0-2-0 for Bad Boys now, and Axis United needs to have a little bit of a comeback now to win this. To win this match. I mean, it looked good for Axis United now, but the defense was solid though, in my opinion. Bad Boys was just overplaying it. They was just overwhelming Axis United a little bit, and Axis United just wasn't ready. Anyways, let's check out OBJ number 2 for round number 3, which is starting now. I was about to talk about it, but there was a glitch here. Excuse for that. We'll change these scores after this round. Don't get confused. Axis United not having a point. Bad Boys having the only point here. I'm sorry. Let's take a look on there. Oh. Marco having a little bit of a internet problems here. Axis United was having the north spawn here, and we can see that from what they're doing. Eddie actually able to down Grimace though, but Resible not Resible anymore because he just got finished. Eddie. Give him the color on Chivas now behind this hill. Well, he's not killable though because he's hidden. It's a 4 against 5 now. And Axis United has to find a way to move on, because all of the Bad Boys' eyes are on Axis United, you know, on the north. Which is bad for them on the north, but not bad for Rossi, who's taking the flank, going through Valley, and actually the only defender watching a schema who is giving the call out on Rossi now. Okay, take back everything I just said. Now Axis United is having a problem. Bad Boys know the positions about every of their players here. Aware of the one trying to get the flank. Aware of them in the north, and actually taking out Toast here. Marco getting Mighty Mike here on the north. It's only Chivas and Rossi left. Let's take a look on Rossi's POV here. He's focusing a little bit more on the main hotel. None are facing him there though, even though Simosek is in. Set up the main hotel. Yep, more than half of the time left. They just died too soon. And they faced it too soon, and just, I mean, what they basically did was peeking the window and dying. Yeah, sadly not able to kill a Bad Boys player there, and making this a hard 2 against 5 now, in my opinion. Rossi going to try to cross it and survive. Yes, good job. Rossi was clearing out every corner, seeing if he's able to make a safe cross, which he just did. And is he expecting Simosek in the main hotel now though? now he is for sure aware of Simosek being right there, because Simosek just talked. Rossi, what will you do? Not getting flash, I believe. Simosek is needing to decide now. Is he going downstairs? He's peeking up these stairs here. Eventually doing the wise thing and not going down the stairs. Sorry for that. Chivas. Behind the heli tent. Getting killed by Eli. It's only down. Confirmed. No, it's only up on Rossi here. 1 against 5. Not looking too good here. Yep, Simosek behind these stairs. On the opposite side. Rossi's doing it in silence. Oh, this is interesting. Look at that. Huh. What a timing. What a timing. Now that Rossi's not peeking it anymore. Simosek is, and now they're actually trading, getting round number 3 and point number 3 for Bad Boys. Alright, what can we say? In my opinion, it was a very structured defensive here from Bad Boys, and Access Denied not having a chance against that, just dying one by another. Well, now Bad Boys are having 3 points and they only need 4 to win round number 3, map number 3, and the whole match. This is the match deciding map here, and from what we've seen in Onward so far, Access Denied for sure is still able to recover now and get it back. I have not lost any hope yet, and eventually we'll see a little bit of a comeback now, since Access Denied is now back on the Vogue. But Bad Boys doing a good job here, being a really strong team at the moment, and yeah, just outplaying a little bit here, I would even say. I notice, even though I don't really speak their language at all, that I've heard them talking a lot, so I was just going to assume that Bad Boys is having a lot of good communication here. Not saying Access Denied is not, but Bad Boys knowing where the enemies are at, knowing where the attackers are at, and picking that off. And now we're starting to round number... What's happening here? It's round number 4, I'm sorry guys. Round number 4. With this OBJ right here. Yep. Bad Boys now. Already in the upper red building here, and Access Denied not watching it yet. What is Access Denied's defend position here doing? Chivas firing. Eli now is taking cover behind the red truck. So Access Denied is having no player on this OBJ here, which can be done. But instead they have Grimace, Chivas, Rossi and Mighty Mike and Toast. All of them in the buildings around them. Let's take a look on this defense here. Nothing spectacular, but nothing bad in my opinion. It's nothing wrong about this. Let's see how this is going to work out against Bad Boys. Really getting toast. Taking a look on the kills. Really leading before. All of the other Bad Boys players have 3. Quite nice to see a balanced KD. And yeah, Eli could make it inside of the helicopter pretty safe. I would go as far and say. Eddie going for the flank. And the problem about this defense here, it's highly flankable. Eddie can just go all the way back around here. Go past Rossi. Rossi's not watching it, and go past Chivas. And then eventually go for a cap. I mean, you need much luck here, but none of the defenders have a strict eye on the OBJ. What they do instead is just cross aiming. You see Mighty Mike having a look on Grimmest. Grimmest is the entrance of the main hotel in his vision. Rossi having a look on Grimmest. Chiva having a look on Grimmest flank, and Grimmest actually getting Marco now, and take a look on these smokes. One smoke on the OBJ, one smoke almost next to Grimmest here. It's 4 against 4. Grimmest was able to just kill one of the Bad Boys players here. Good peek, good kill there. I guess important for this one is to just not over peek, you know. It's the art of downfall. You can't allow yourself to over peek. Don't peek, windows too long. Don't stay. Stay right here. Try to fire them, just peeking it. Don't do that. It's dangerous. And Rossi almost getting Eli here. It was hella close. Eli now inside of the building of Grimmest. Grimmest hearing that. Watching the window now. Nice frag. Same second Eli now. Around him, and Eddie is still going to continue with his flank right there. Chivas getting Simosek, and now Eli getting taken out by Mighty Mike. I see access denied, pulling it back. 4 against 2. What's Eddie doing here? I fear that my mic is not set up correctly and you can hear anything I'm doing. I'm sorry for that. Going to adjust it a little bit more in the future. It's just a new setup I have, and it's a first cast of it, and I hope everything is working out, since I saw nobody complaining yet. I hope you all are having fun and enjoying this cast here with me. Grim is taking out Kima here. I mean, yeah, finishing him, confirming him there. And Eddie, the last man alive, 1 against 3. Grimmest. Can you see Eddie? The OBJ is free. Okay. Grimmest seeing Eddie here, but to be honest, if Grimmest wouldn't be able to shoot him, then this could have been ending pretty dangerous and would have been almost a cap. It was really close, but I have to say, access denied, well structured, nice defense here all around the OBJ. Nobody on the OBJ, just everyone in the buildings around OBJ. It was quite nice to see and it worked out pretty well. Yes, that's everything I can say. Bad boys have been dying on the way to get through Grimmest, and Grimmest has to have made a nice job. I guess he killed 3 or at least 2 enemy players here. Good job, GG. Now Bad Boys is defending the same OBJ, which makes this hard for X69. Makes it hard. Since it's, in my opinion, a hard one to attack. It's open. There are many buildings around it. You spawn far away, which is a good thing. You can rotate like you want, but it's hard. And let's see if X69 is able to pull this. If X69 is able to win this. Yes, you can hear absolutely everything. I'm sorry, guys. Starting into round number 5.
Era sud, era sud. Occhio,
Chiuso.
No, no, sto qua, sto qua. Io sì.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, was muted for 2 short seconds. X69 spawning on the north now here, having the north spawn. And yep, Eddie already watching it. Peeking towards the window here and not seeing him though. Eli seeing Grimace giving the callouts. Alright, let's take a look on the attack here. We have Rossi going for the flank. I assume Rossi likes to flank around. Every flanker was Rossi. And then we have Grimace, Chiva and Mighty Mike here. Place in the middle. And Toast in the North Hotel. Defense here is the same. It is actually quite the same. And no, Kima in the church right here, next to the main hotel, which is nice to see. He's securing the flank, but is Rossi seeing that? Yes, Rossi giving the call out on church. Kima just got spotted. Mighty Mike pre-firing everything he has here.
Oh, fuck.
Ellie getting toast. Killing him all the way to the North Hotel here and... Oh! Rossi? I don't know how that happened, but Rossi... Someone made it into the main hotel here and... Just Kima... Just ignoring Kima. Kima just not seeing him. I see why they use Rossi as a flanker and Rossi's... Simonsec. What? Okay, that... Sadly would have been too good to be true. Eddie killing Chivas here. Rossi also killed and only 2 down for only 2 X69 attackers are left here. Rossi did a good job. He flanked pretty good. Yeah, I mean, he eventually went a little bit too far though. He just totally tried to skip every possible thing. Just went for the UJ, which then in the end was a mistake. Yeah, I mean skipping Kima and Simon's like already was pretty risky and dangerous, but then eventually you need to check the heli or the building Marco was at, and actually in the end killing him from. Grimmest shooting Ellie now here behind this wall.
There's one behind the bungalow that is fucking the bungalow west of the chopper, and there's another one south of that, sort of behind. I saw someone get shot from behind Center Hotel.
Okay, we have one in helicopter 2-story, lower floor.
Might be like next to Marco here. Oh, sorry. Marco watching me. You see, that's pretty nice.
Fuck.
Hidden. Oh, what's happening? He's out of ammo. Getting killed by Eli here. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. Grim is the last man alive, and if he's losing this, Bad Boys is taking this match and winning not only the map, the whole match, as mentioned. So he's for sure feeling a lot of pressure now, and it's a 1 against 5. It's hard. Guess we all know how it feels like to be in a 1 against 5. You only have 30 seconds left. You will hear the beep beep now. The clock is doing beep beep. Only 30 seconds are left. 22 seconds. Simon's like hearing him now.
Oh fucking hell!
Grimace shoot. Grimace killing. Simon's like Kima taking out Grimace in the end. And yeah. Sadly, he missed his frag there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was match point of today's cast. Yep, Avenue setup, some things eventually got wrong. I corrected them in the middle of the cast. I hope it worked fine for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. I did. The Ecstasy Night on Downfall, even though it used to be Ecstasy Night's strongest map, eventually they did not take use of the experience they have on their and losing against Bad Boys here with an end score of 7 and 10. 10 points for Bad Boys here, winning this match, losing Subway, winning Bazaar, and Downfall instead. Well, I'm going to appreciate everybody from chatting with me in here, joining the stream, watching this cast here, and wish you all have a nice evening, night, day, morning, wherever you live. Thanks for tuning in. That was VRML Season 15, Week 5. Have a great day. See you. Bye bye.
Onward VRML is brought to you by Downpour Interactive, HyperX, ProTube VR. Thanks for watching VRML.